And to get into the subject matter more, we're joined by Ekta Kumar, an Indian columnist, joining us from New Delhi in India. Thanks for being with us. Then we bring this up. I mean, it's an Indian filmmaker here, and the film seems to highlight, at first the sort of unsettled way that Westerners look at arranged marriage. But, what appears to be the main takeaway? Is this film meant to critique the practice or support it?
We've been having this whole debate on arranged marriage versus love marriage forever. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, so really I don't know what's the main takeaway from the film. But I do understand, this whole debate and this whole kind of interest in the whole cultural phenomena that is practiced here. If you were to ask me, David, I think Western society is individualized to a large extent. I mean, the emphasis is on the individual. In India, society is still a lot more interconnected. So, marriages are in a state of evolution, right? I mean, love is primal, it's basic, it goes back forever. But marriage as a concept is fairly new. And whether it's love or arranged, I mean, these are things that's just evolving, and our societies are just moving at different paces.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
So I understand. I don't know the main takeaway, but I do understand the whole discussion or the theme, why it's interesting, especially for a Western audience.
Yes, Western. I mean, look, arranged marriage is extremely common around the world. Probably the majority, of countries and cultures around the world. But what's the situation in India and in Pakistan at large? Is this still the dominant way that matches are made?
Of course. I mean, if you were to ask me, most of my friends and family have gone through, a majority of them have gone through arranged marriages. And this is despite them being mostly urban, educated. And I'm pretty sure if I were to flip the question to you, the answer would be different, right?
Yes, somewhat different. I mean, look, when you get into the religious communities in places here, that's still how it's all run, the ultra-Orthodox and more Orthodox areas. But yes, obviously, in the secular, Western cultures, it's hard to find. It's hard to find people who've gone through that process, of course.
Like I mentioned earlier, I think it's just how, as society, how we're evolving. I don't think it's fair to mix love and marriage in the first place. Love is something which is emotional, it is primal, it is basic, it's fundamental to being human. Marriage is not. I mean, marriage is just a couple of centuries old. It's a social construct. I mean, years ago, even till recently, actually, in all parts of the world, arranged marriages were a norm. It was too big a decision to leave it up to the boy and girl, so there were villages and
there's something to that. There's definitely something to that, of course. I mean, proponents, argue that the arranged marriages last longer, that they provide for overall happiness, that there's a better track record, as you mentioned here, for that system versus the individualized one going on in the West. So I don't know if we're going to see things change anytime soon.
Right. I mean, if you were to ask me, David, I would say even dating apps, which is the way the Western society works. If you were to ask me, it's as arranged as it gets. I mean, you have a list of things and you match each other and say, oh, does this work, does this not, and then decide to meet. So you're not like bumping into each other somewhere and letting things happen organically, right? So I don't know, these are semantics, love and arranged. I mean, these are all semantics of how you want to be together. You were talking about being happy and whether this is a happier kind of mode. I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
Because if I had to go back to my friends who had arranged marriages and ask them, I'm pretty sure if I were to ask them if they were happier, I would not get I don't think I'd get a single very clear yes.
Yeah, it's not that straightforward.
A lot more complex.
As you mentioned, too complex for us to simplify with a word or two like that.
I think the basic thing is, the question to ask is not if love versus arranged marriage. The question is, did you follow your heart? Whether or not it ended in marriage. That's what makes you happy. So,
Ekta Kumar, I've enjoyed the conversation here. Thanks for coming to us from New Delhi, especially in a fascinating topic. So thanks for being with us.
Yeah.